The Rock is arguably the biggest star that WWE has ever created, but would his career be the same if his Hollywood career didn't work out? We all know The Rock is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, and the vast majority of fans consider him to be the single greatest wrestler ever to lace up a pair of boots. If you do a poll on who is the GOAT of pro wrestling, The Rock will be the clear favorite over the likes of Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and John Cena. Even during his peak in WWE, The Rock was once-in-a-lifetime talent. And finally, his superstar look, presence, and charisma caught the attention of the bigwigs of Hollywood. His first major film role came in The Mummy Returns, and from that moment his career in Hollywood began. He is currently considered one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, and thanks to his work in blockbusters, The Rock is the most famous professional wrestler of all time. In a few years, he could even buy WWE if he wanted to. But this is unlikely. What do you think would happen to WWE if he really bought it? Write in the comments. The answer, which in my opinion is the best, I will show in one of the following videos. And now, let's continue. The Rock was recognized as a Hollywood star due to his success in WWE. He retired from wrestling in 2004 at the age of 32. He returned for matches with John Cena and CM Punk, but his full-time wrestling career was over by 2004. But what if The Rock bombed at the box office? What if Mummy Return got as much attention as The Chaperone? If The Rock wasn't able to hack it in Hollywood, he might have even retired. Even then, he was rich and famous, but most likely The Rock would have returned to WWE after a short break. Had he returned in the fall of 2004 or early 2005, he would still be the biggest star in the industry. Superstars like John Cena and Batista were preparing for the position of top babyfaces, while Triple H was leaving. However, if The Rock were to return to wrestling, we would certainly see Rock and Triple H resurrect their rivalry, as it would be the biggest matchup possible. And knowing the WWE, they wouldn't have a problem postponing the pushes of Cena and Batista. There is no doubt about John Cena's ability, and even with such a WWE man like The Rock, Cena would be a major superstar, but perhaps his push would have happened a year or two later. Or maybe John Cena would position himself as the biggest heel and rival of the babyface Rock, and their feud would be mentioned in the same breath as Austin vs. Rock. Yes, Cena is that talented. However, 2008 would have the crossroads for The Rock. Assuming that WWE still went ahead with the PG TV rating, Dwayne Johnson would be in quite a difficult situation. In 2008, The Rock would have been 36 years old. Not young, but he could definitely fight for a couple more years. But if you take away the insults, the crude humor, and the deadly wit, you're left with nothing. And now a small digression. Every time you like this video and subscribe to the channel, The Rock uses the wrong emote again. By the way, you can watch the previous video, 10 times The Rock used the wrong emote, by clicking on the link in the description or by clicking on the hand. But don't rush to switch to it, because the most interesting thing is still ahead. The Rock would struggle with a PG rating. A transition to the PG era would be a disaster for The Rock. Even in his 2011 comeback, he wasn't as mean and nasty as he was at the height of the Attitude Era. In fact, given that he would be the biggest star in the company, Rock would be the one to joke and chuckle at the prospect of the fans supporting him. In the end, The Rock would have turned his back on the crowd, regardless of its prior history and its legacy as the most entertaining man in sports entertainment. That being said, knowing how smart he is, Dwayne Johnson would have retired before the company booked him for embarrassing promos and PG matches. He would have put over the next big star, and that would be the end of his career. The Rock would be a bundle of charisma and nostalgia for the good old days of 2004 to 2008. We would still consider him one of the greatest, but perhaps not the biggest superstar of all time. However, now I don't even want to present The Rock as a full-time wrestler in a PG environment. It's a kind of a nightmare, to be honest. In my opinion, Hollywood fame and success made Dwayne Johnson what he is today. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.